Oh, hi there, that's Rich McLean, and this is a message for Millie. Millie's looking after Crystal, my husky. Millie, thank you for the photos. It breaks my heart that I can't see her and can't pick her up, and I'll explain why. I'll try and be succinct, but it's a pretty brutal story. The gist of it is, I'm a scapegoat, and I've been excommunicated from the government for the reason of them not admitting my relationship with a former ASIO employee. And that's a significant thing because it means that there's an entire government corruption with the police and investigating family violence and coercive financial control. I've been vilified as someone with mental illness and labelled mad, but I'm no danger to myself or anyone else. And I don't meet the criteria for hospitalisation. I take all my medication. It's true I have a mental illness, but the government systemically and politically treating me this way in order to amplify an already existing vulnerability is really cruel, and it's really calculated, and it's really mean. I've been treated really badly for very many years, and the gist of it is all my finances have been systemically and politically rejected, one after the other. Work covers, settlements, insurances, work cover, all of them have been doomed to fail because I've never had a lawyer and because I'm psychometrically profiled with the Australian government because of the fact that I'm a well-known person and a targeted individual of the Australian government. Now, it's such a big story, but I'll just describe what I'm doing now. So I'm just on the run from the law because now they're looking for me. They treated me bad and then made me steal some petrol to get some somewhere, and now they're after me. So I think I'm on the run. There hasn't been an intervention order, I don't think, made yet for mental health in which they would really keep me as a political prisoner in hospital. And the hospital system and the health systems excommunicated me from all care. Haven't got a psychologist, haven't got a psychiatrist, haven't got a GP. And just a couple of times ago when I left hospital, they told me I was HIV positive just before I was leaving the hospital, which was a method with which to aid and abet my suicide out of making me desperate and troubled. And it's not true. It's just an example of the malice they have towards me. So I've got no money. I'm in a park. I'm in my car. It's a beautiful day. I'm enjoying the simple things, but I have no food and I have no money, and I have no rights in this country. In fact, my human rights abuses have been documented by my NDIS worker, Tash. Hi, Tash. And the companies, the NDIS companies, refused to sign off on it, and the Australian Human Rights Commission refused to investigate it, and that in itself is a human rights abuse. Other statutory government agencies, I've been given the government treatment which is delay, deny and defer. For example, they did that with me for my financial determinations at the Australian Financial Complaints Authority, and they delayed, denied, deferred until such point as they ended up just banning me. That's like being banned from the Postal Service or Centrelink. It's a Australian government statutory office. It's really unconscionable that a person with a clean criminal record be excommunicated from something which would, by its very nature, bring about a determination that would, again, provide me with the prosperity that I so deserve. And in banning me, they're complicit in the corruption, in the way that I've been financially destroyed, systemically and politically. And I've even asked the Ombudsman if they would investigate that. The Ombudsman said that It's not within their remit to investigate Africa. So, just recently, my NGOs providers have all acted in line with this conspiracy in order to excommunicate me and remove my human rights and dignity in having a home. And they've marched me out of my home. Personalised Support Services did that. And Prague Consulting, Paul there, she's acted with this conspiracy and refuses to talk to me. And who was the other one? Kind and Care, where I was staying for the last 2 weeks after hospital. They marched me out of the house. They said, "You're out of here." And there's nothing I can do about it. The NDIS refused to release any funds for me. And this is another method by which I'm financially persecuted. It's locked up at the NDIA. Now, I've also asked the Attorney General about my homelessness and the NDIA, and they say it's not within their remit. Now, Attorney General Mark Dreyfus knows who I am. He refuses to correspond with me. He's ignored all my phone calls and all my emails. And look, even the Prime Minister, I wrote to him about my systemic and prolonged persecution, and he responded by sending me to Mark Dreyfus's office. And Mark Dreyfus himself didn't respond. His office sent me to AGIS, who investigate ASIO, and the Commonwealth Ombudsman. But as it stands, AGIS already know about Steve Icenides, my former partner's exploitation of me, and that already will not investigate the corruption of him as a public official. And the other person that they refer me to is the Ombudsman, and of course I'm a failed whistleblower at the Ombudsman, and they've rejected my public interest disclosure despite me being eligible to make one as the former spouse of an ASIO agent, and also as a person who's worked in a public hospital and worked under a government contract at the NDIS. And they've refused all further correspondence. So it's really locking me out. I mean, just recently I've been begging radio and newspapers and the media for help, but my phone's hacked, and I really don't know if they're getting through. I have a sneaking suspicion I'm being followed anyway by covert intelligences, because I was in the park last night and a big car rocked up with aerials and a TV screen inside. And I've been surveilled before from underground, also not so underground, government agents at my house in Footscray. The treatment I'm getting is really bad. I can't pick up Crystal because I have no petrol to get there. If I got there, how would I pay for it? If I paid for it, where would I go? You know, it's a human right to have a home, and the Charter of Human Rights of a person with a disability, which I identify, says that the government must provide reasonable accommodation for a disabled person, and that was ratified by the government in 2008. But that charter's been absolutely abandoned, and I've tried to contact the UNHCR about my political scapegoating and how I've been character assassinated, and they've refused to get back to me. I've tried just recently to contact some consulates in Melbourne that maybe I could go to get some protection, a la Julian Assange, because there are certain things that a person needs in life, to have the ability to enjoy it, but to literally survive. And those things are that you need food, you need water, you need access to money, and you need to participate in the economic structure of the country, and you need some civil liberties, and you need some privacy, and you need some human rights, and you need some dignity, and you need some healthcare, and you need other people to talk to, and you need to have a network of people who you can rely on to survive as a social creature, as a human being. And all of those things have been taken from me. I don't have any of those things. And as a result, I've been saying that I'm going to die. you can't expect a human being to literally survive when those provable scientific things are not just the person doesn't have, but they've been pointedly taken from them, you know. And this is the way that this conspiracy has really prosecuted and persecuted me, and it's why it's so cruel, and why if I suicided today, it wouldn't be mental illness that kills me. It would be a sustained political persecution and character assassination in an absurdly obtuse way, which has removed all of my prosperity over very many years, which has vilified me for mental illness, and which has damaged me as a person, my reputation, beyond repair. As it stands today, I don't have the things I need, and I'm finding this picking up Crystal, my beautiful dog, and dog spelled backwards as God, to pick her up is an impossibility. And that's not a character flaw or something that I haven't been adequate to be able to do, because I'm actually a person of great resilience and intelligence, and I have achieved amazing things. I've travelled the world, I've got a doctorate. I'm not an incapable person, but the powers that be in political structures have really disabled and disarmed my ability to advocate for myself, and they've blocked all opportunity, and you can't live without money, and that's how they're attacking me. It's coercive financial control from my former partner, an ASIO agent, and he has the backing of the Australian government, not only in that particular issue, but in other systemic government agencies. They've blocked me and excommunicated me as well. So I sit here, it's a lovely day, I'm watching all the other people with their dogs, and I'm missing my dog, and I wish I could be with her, I really do. It's not possible for me to pick her up, it's not. And that's, like I said, it's not my deficiency, it's beyond my control, because I'm a victimised person and a targeted individual. I hope to pick her up one day, because life's not possible for me without having her in my life. So it's a bit of a conundrum. I can't pick her up, that's impossible, and it's impossible for me to live without her in my life. I'm going to send this out there and upload it to a YouTube video, because I'm going to put my PayID on there, because there simply must be some people out there who wouldn't judge me, or you wouldn't use the shame or stigma or discrimination of anything to do with mental illness or the perceived reality of me against me. And there must be some people who are compassionate. I can't get a family. My family have excommunicated me. That's how successful this scapegoating has been. A conspiracy to pervert the course of justice relies on the victim's innermost circle of people to be absolutely corrupted and infiltrated. And that's absolutely happened in my case. My brother, my sister don't talk to me. My rich uncle, he told me to move on, get your life in order. My parents won't talk to me. My friends can't help. The Prime Minister can't help. An Ombudsman can't help. I'm a failed whistleblower. I can't get a lawyer. I can't get a police. Although now they're after me. I'm not getting the health care I need. I've been blocked from money. I really am a bit of a loss of what to do, apart from send this out there and say, hey, you know, I'm actually a human being. I have sentience, and I'm worthy of having the basic necessities at the very least in life, and the opportunity to make my reparations and to give back to society. I only want to live so I can serve again. That's what I did for 30 years, serving Australian community, and the level of betrayal is really profound. It's disturbing. And as someone with a public profile, you know, and someone vilified for all sorts of judgments, You know, it's a brutal betrayal of the Australian people to leave me like this, and I implore someone out there to really come forward and help me, because I'm not going to survive. I'm literally not going to survive. It won't. I just need some help. I'll put my PayID below, but the gist of it is I can't pick up Crystal. I can't. It's just impossible. Everything's impossible. You know, I already have a vulnerability with a mental illness, but the government are intelligently designing my poverty and exacerbating the illness that already exists. That's a really cruel way to treat someone. And I just don't know what else to do. So I'm just going to sign off now. Thanks for listening, and thanks for looking after Crystal. I miss her very much, and I can't wait to see her again. I'm trapped. Oh, the other thing is, if someone can act to get me justice, or get this provable and demonstrable phenomenon of this conspiracy to authorities, then I'm probably worth about $20 million, so I could pay you back. And if anyone's out there, what I really need, first of all, I need a shower. I stink. It's been 3 days living in my car as a infamous fugitive from the Australian government, and I feel really festy. I'd love a shower, a cup of tea, a hug, and someone to talk to. But if you can find me a house where I can be with Crystal and get me money to be in there, or lend me some money, then I can pay you back, because that'll buy me some time to get the justice I need. So if you can do that, that would be just so amazing, and it would probably save my life. If anyone's out there who can help me, put me in a house with me and my dog, to relieve the people looking after her of the situation I'm in, please can you help me? I'm asking for help, I'm begging for help, and I'm not suicidal. I make these videos because I oppose dying, and I want a better life. It's Richard McLean, Dr. Richard McLean, alias Baron Dodger, and I'm signing off as an infamous political scapegoat, as an infamous vagrant, and an excommunicated, clean criminal record citizen, excommunicated from the Australian government. And I need someone's help, please. Thank you.